Hey guys, welcome back to Whispers from Beyond. This episode, I'm just gonna go and do a little short one. Uh, it's storming pretty bad, and I'm driving, so if you hear my windshield wipers, I'll try to cut this stuff out, and when I before I upload it, just like eliminate the background noise. But you might hear you might hear the rain or wipers going, etc. Apologize. Uh, this episode's actually not about a supernatural or experience with a ghost. I mean, it's a creepy experience. We'll just put it at that. But I'm trying to think of how old I was. I was probably like 24 years old when this was happening. And the area of town I was living in was called White Oak. And for anyone around the Pittsburgh area, you should be familiar with it, but a lot of people don't know actually where this little neighborhood was. Anyhow, this little town was called White Oak. Small little community. Uh, there were some things to do there, parks and your typical stuff, shopping centers, etc. Uh, but I don't know. A lot of people don't know where this place is. Anyhow, so when I lived there, first moved there and bought this house, and I went to the hardware store. I don't remember what project I was doing, but I was, painting, ripping up carpet, putting up shelves, whatever I was doing to this house. So I went to the hardware store down the road in the shopping center. And I'm in there, I'm looking for whatever I was looking for. And I think I might have actually been painting because this was in the paint aisle. But I'm in the paint aisle looking for what I need. And I glance to my right, and here I see this man who is dressed in a really long white dress. And he has really long, straw like white, grayish hair. Clean shaven. He still looked like a fucking wizard. And he had a quarterstaff. And the top of this damn staff, first off, the quarterstaff looked like a branch that he got off a tree, or it was like a fallen branch. But in the top of this thing, he had a crystal which looked to be like an amethyst. He had this thing like tied to the branch with wire. So he was like carrying this quarterstaff around with this fucking crystal. Looked like a damn wizard. Anyhow, he started to talk to me. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Seemed like a nice guy. He said hi to me, etc., etc. I said hi to him. Uh, we had a brief conversation, and then I left. Got what I needed and left. So, get in my car, and I just think, this weird. This guy was weird as hell. But I'm not going to shame anyone. I don't care. I might think it's weird, but hey, someone else might not. I'm not hating on anyone. Uh, so I'm sitting in my car getting ready to pull away. I'm like looking at my receipt, organizing stuff, whatever. Knock, knock, knock. Here's this guy knocking on my fucking window. So I roll my window down. I'm like, hey, man, can I help you? And he's like, nah. He's like, I just wanted to say goodbye to you again. And I was like, oh, yeah, man, appreciate it. I'll see you later. And he's like, yep, you will. So it kind of like weirded me out a little bit because it's like, why did he knock on my window and why? It was just weird. So I go home, get my stuff together, and do my project, blah, blah, blah. Night goes by. A couple days go by, actually. Oh, not to mention, I know I said he looks like a wizard, but there's this, if you've ever seen the movie Thinner by Stephen King, he kind of looks like the gypsy father in that movie, if you know what I mean. Like the guy who plays in My Big Fat Greek Wedding too, the dad in that. He kind of looks like him. He had the hair, and if you look at him in Thinner, he's like dressed up like this old man. He's got warts on his face. Like kind of look like him. And So I'll fast forward to those couple days. A couple days go by, and I'm driving home from work, and there was a little Taco Bell like a couple miles from my house, and I was hungry. I didn't want to cook dinner, so I stopped at Taco Bell. Their drive-through wasn't working. Their drive-through might have been working, but it was blocked off. I don't know what was going on, so it was like you had to go in. I was hungry, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going in." So I go into Taco Bell to place my order, and who do I see standing at the damn counter? Bloody Mary himself. That's who I called this guy as Bloody Mary. He, if Bloody Mary popped out of a mirror looking at me, I feel like this is who it would look like. But he was a man and not a woman. But I still called his ass Bloody Mary. So he turns around. He was like, "Oh, hey, hi, nice to see you again." And I'm like, "Yeah, nice to see you again, sir." I'm being nice to him. And there he is in a long white dress. This time it's like kind of dirty looking, but he has his quarterstaff. And now he has a bag of Taco Bell. So we say our highs, we say our byes. I get my Taco Bell and I go. So on my way back to my house, and I'm just thinking like, this is fucking weird. Like how many, like I just seen this dude, and now I'm seeing him again. So fast forward a couple more days, and I'm driving down the road. Who do I see on the corner of the road? Bloody Mary himself, just standing there. And he's just standing there. As I'm driving by, he fucking points at me. He looks directly at me and points at me. Now, my car windows at the time, I was driving a Jeep Grand Cherokee at the time. And it was white. I didn't have any, like, nothing, no kind of, it just looked normal. So, there's a lot of white Jeeps driving around. Couldn't tell it was just mine. I didn't have any, like, big ass sign on it or anything. My windows, however, were tinted. I had my windows really tinted really dark. This dude can't even see me, but he points at me and he like follows as I drive by. He like follows and points and keeps like following. I'm looking in my rearview mirror and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So like I started getting creeped out. I'm thinking to myself, this was also in the like towards the evening, so it was starting to get dark, if not already kind of dark. And I just thought to myself, like, is this dude real? Like, am I imagining this shit? Is this guy real? Is he a ghost that I'm seeing? Because I never see him talking to anyone else, like having a conversation. I've seen him at counters, but I never actually seen him talking. So, like, my mind's bugging out. I'm like weirded out. Whatever, I'll leave it go. Couple more days go by, and I don't even remember where I was driving to. Maybe I went to hang out with a friend. I actually think I might have went all night bowling. But it is like me and my buddies used to go all night bowling a lot. So it's the weekend. We go all night bowling, and then we go to Denny's afterwards. Everyone should know what Denny's is. It's a restaurant. And on my way back from Denny's to home, it's 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, pitch black. I see fucking Bloody Mary standing on the side of the road. And like I slowed down a little bit to see if it was actually him, and it was. It was him. He didn't point at me this time, but he's standing on the side of the road, and the road I was driving on was kind of like a highway. It was not a major highway, but it was like a little highway. And it was just like super strange, So I get home. Next day, I'm like playing Xbox with my buddies, and we're online, we're chatting to each other, and I tell my one buddy about this, and he's like, nah. He's like, man, you're crazy. He's like, you're seeing shit, or like you're lying, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking telling you the truth. So, whatever. They were calling me a liar, so I just dropped it. A couple more days go by, and I see him again. A week goes by, I see him again. A month goes by, I keep seeing this guy. And then I have a buddy, or no, before my buddy came in, I was out again one night, and it was raining. It wasn't lightning or thunder, but it was raining. When I was driving by though, and here's fucking Bloody Mary standing almost in the middle of the road. Like I had to almost stop, and I rolled my window down and I asked him like, "Hey man, you need help? Like, do you need help? I could drive you somewhere." He didn't say a fucking word to me. He just looked at me. So at this point, I think this dude's mentally ill. Something ain't right. I don't know. I go about my way though, because he wasn't responding. Thinking this guy needs help. And I'm like, who the fuck should I call about this guy? So I actually do go down to the local borough building and I talk to the secretary, and they know who I'm talking about. And they're just like, yeah, he's an old guy. He likes to walk around, talk to people. And I'm like, okay. But I tell them everything, and they're just like, yeah, it was almost like it was fucking normal. But it isn't. Uh, so, so I tell my buddy this. He don't believe me again. But this buddy of mine lives in New Jersey, and he came out to visit. So he comes out to visit. He got in a little bit late. He didn't eat dinner, and it's like 10 o'clock. So there wasn't much open, and he was just hungry. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go to like McDonald's or something? Because I'm starving." Sure. I said, "You want me to drive?" Sure, I'll drive. So we hop in my car. We go to McDonald's. We're driving down the road. It's fucking thunderstorming out, raining, pouring, the wind's blowing. Wind's 50 miles an hour, lightning just lighting up the sky when it strikes, thunder roaring away. We're driving. Good. I start to go down that road towards McDonald's. And this road is like, it's not a back road, but again, it's like a little mini highway, 4 lanes, 2 lanes on each side, and it's fucking dark. And in the middle of the damn highway, here is standing Bloody Mary. As we come up on him, my buddy's like, "What is that in the road?" I'm like, "Bro, this is who I'm fucking telling you about. This is Bloody Mary." And he is like, "Nah, man." He's like, "You set this up." I'm like, man, I didn't set this shit up. So it's pouring down rain. We drive up, we slow down. I don't want this dude to like throw himself in the front of my car and hit him. So we slow down. I go by. He's just standing there, like looking down. His hair is just like dripping wet. His dress is dripping wet. And he has his quarterstaff. And we pass him up. We go to McDonald's. I'm telling my buddy, like, this is who I'm telling you about, man. Like, this is the guy. And he's like, man, that's spooky. He's like, this is some creepy ass shit. And I was like, yeah, I told you. I said, this is why I call this guy Bloody Mary, man. Like, he looks like he'd be Bloody Mary. So he's like, man, well, on our way back, we should offer him a ride and maybe take him to a hospital or something. I said, yeah, I think you're right. So we get our McDonald's. We're driving back. Poof. He's gone. He's gone. Nowhere to be found. So I'm like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Dude will just appear out of nowhere and then disappear. So McDonald's was probably like, I don't know, 3-4 miles from the house. And in between was Bloody Mary. So we'll just say 2 miles. Let's say a halfway point. And there's a shopping center right by me. So like another mile away. Now, we were at McDonald's for maybe a couple minutes. It was, talk about fast food, it was really fast that night. The average person walks a mile in like 12 minutes, something like that. I think that's like the average. Maybe it's 10. Let's just say 10 to 12 minutes, right? This dude ain't walking no mile. He had a damn limp. So he wasn't walking a mile in 10, 12 minutes. So we're driving by the shopping center and he's standing on the corner by the red light at the shopping center. And as we get there, he starts pointing at us and like his hands falling. And I'm like, bro, I'm not stopping and talking to this dude or taking him to the hospital because he's fucking creepy. And he's like, yeah, I don't blame you. So we go home after this dude's staring at me. And then I'm starting to get nervous. Like, this dude, there's no way he walked that far. And why is he pointing at me? His fucking creepy ass Bloody Mary. Well, my buddy's all creeped out. He stayed the weekend. He went home. And where it gets real crazy. So we had like this local little newsletter that would come in the mail. Here, a man passed away and was supposedly like he was a good guy in the community. I don't know exactly what he did. I can't remember what it said in the article. But he did stuff with the community. I think he was a postman too at some point. But they talked about this guy and how he passed away. And I thought to myself, this fucking looks and sounds just like this guy. Well, here, the article said he passed away. Couple nights, a week goes by. I'm driving somewhere again. It was just dark out. It was a clear night. Fucking moon's glowing. Who do I see? Bloody Mary. And I thought, this dude is fucking dead. I read the article and it has to be the same guy. Regardless, whatever I thought. So I don't stop. I don't say nothing to this guy. He's just standing there on the corner. He didn't point at me this time. And he's there. Well, a couple days later, I was somewhere and I saw a local cop and I was talking to him about this guy and he tells me that man is impossible for me to see this man because this man has been dead for something like 8 years or something. And I was like, nah, man. Like, I know what I saw. It's exactly what you're explaining and everything. Like, I know what I saw. And he just looked at me like I was a fucking lunatic. And then I thought to myself, like, am I a lunatic? Am I crazy? Or am I seeing a ghost? Now, I told you at the beginning of this episode, this isn't really a ghost story. But, now that I'm older, I think, was I seeing a ghost? Or was I just seeing some weird person? I don't know. I never seen that man after that day, though. After I talked to the cops, I never seen him again. So I don't know what happened. If he was a ghost, like, why didn't I see him anymore? I don't know. But it's just weird. I just want to do this little quick episode while I was driving. It's just a definite weird thing. But I know I just said weird a lot there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if any of you guys had any experiences like that. I know I've talked to a couple people who, you know, and see that's the thing is I've had friends in the car with me who have seen this guy when I was with them. So like it wasn't just me seeing him. Unless we're living in some kind of alternate universe where my friends aren't friends and we're just in the Matrix, some shit, which I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's just interesting. But yeah, that's the end of this story. This one's a little weird, but there's me saying weird again. Till next time, I'm gonna focus on driving because it's getting bad out. And till next time, I hope you guys have a good week. And follow me on here, follow me on social, helps me out. If you have a story, send me it. We'll get you heard, get you seen, or I just want to listen. If you want to tell me a story, I'm all ears. But until next time, take care. Have a safe one. Goodbye.